Hey everybody, and welcome back to ArtosisCasts Flash TVP. It's going to be Flash going up against Bisu. This is going to be game number 3. Definitely some interesting games we've seen between these two already. I actually, you might have seen in the top left, I had this little thing that said FPS on it. I actually figured out that just about everyone in the world has been playing in 100 FPS, and just... well, I didn't figure out, Nyokin figured out and told me how to get it to 300 FPS. So let me know if the video looks any better. I don't know. I don't know if I'll be able to tell a difference once I play. I guess I'll see. But anyways, Flash versus Bisu. Bisu leads 2-0 right now out of these 7 games that they played against each other. But yeah, the second game, I thought, we had some very interesting things going on. Definitely could have gone Flash's way had he found those carriers. But if you don't find the carriers, yeah, you're in some trouble, to say the least. So we'll see what this game is going to look like. We're on Retro 4-player map, and definitely a map where it can be very hard to take more than 3 bases. Third base is like kind of okay to take, and then everything after that, Protoss gets real control of the game. Well, let's see how it goes. Flash going for a gasless expansion once again. Really not surprised to see this. Forgive me. I know we've casted like a lot of TVPs lately. This is definitely a matchup that Flash is getting a lot and is having really close back and forth games in. So I think it's a good one to do. And I think the metagame for this has changed more than the metagame for any other matchup since Flash went to military. So definitely going to be the one that's hardest for him to learn. But yeah, you got to kind of look at TVP through this lens of you want to be, if you can be, like even with Protoss going into mid game. And that's really hard to do because Protoss has like a million openers and all of them can be even or ahead. And Terran, you got to kind of find the right opener to do against what they're doing and then execute it really well. So he gets over here and actually scouts the Nexus first. A pylon goes down. When the pylon goes down in front and Flash has started a second depot, he'll probably go for a command center. Because once this goes down, there is the threat of a forge. And if you're going to try to rush and he throws down forge... See, now he's trying to force a forge. He's scouting for it right now because his Marine wants to go and attack. Now this probe is slowing it down. Bisu doesn't want to make a forge. You can actually make a forge kind of late with this. I don't know that he will. He might just go shield battery. We did see Flash actually get a victory already with this type of build against a close spawn Nexus first. Oh, good move by Bisu. Comes right out with his probes, and he's going to snipe one Marine. It's so funny how probes do moving attack. Kill Marines, kill SCVs, no problem. So the Zealot is out, and yeah, Flash has to run. Flash has started his command center, but now his command center is very late compared to what it could have been, right? The Nexus is already done. So he's already down 2 workers, and he's probably going to be down like 4 or 5 more. So that's a little bit rough, but we'll see if Flash is able to recover from that. It's a funny thing, right? Like if your opponent doesn't know what to do, this Marine Rush, we did see this work, right? That was, people really loved that game. But realistically, you hit someone that knows what they're doing. I mean, I was saying all throughout the game, like, this is supposed to lose. It's actually not a good build. And you can see here that actually just the fact that he went for the second depot and produced the Marines put him into this kind of slightly behind state. So he does push that Zealot back. Another one is out. There's the Robo. No Dragoon range as of yet. Go ahead and load that up. And yeah, we'll see. Does he go for Armory or is he going to grab a second factory here? That's the one thing that we've seen with Flash with his gasless expands. Most of the time, he's liked the Armory as opposed to the second fact. Looks like he will go second fact this game. There was like a couple of Zealots made, which like lowers the overall amount of Dragoons that you could have had otherwise. Also, when you're playing against Nexus first, if they, like, you can go for like a 4-fact timing with this. There's several different things you can do with gasless against that. I think he's going to go 4-factory here, if I had to guess. It's like a pretty popular build, especially if they go Robo. Now, if he goes directly into Reaver, I feel like he'll be all right. Okay, Observer first. And there's the third factory. So I think Flash is going to have a big advantage here. We'll see. Like, right now, it doesn't exist. He's actually down 8 workers, which is a big advantage towards Bisu. But as far as the actual builds go, yeah, third Nexus goes down off of 1 gate Observer. Okay, Flash's build should win. So you see, it is that 4 fact I was talking about. Now, if your opponent, if you do this and your opponent goes like DT, you insta-lose because you have 0 detection. This is like, I've seen this with 3 tanks, but it's more normally done with 5 tanks. We'll see which one he ends up going for. 3 more gates on the way, so Bisu getting up to that 4 gate count. So there's the 3 tanks already started. Bisu just kind of sitting outside. Yeah, that third Nexus coming up. That's a pretty greedy play there from Bisu to just go 1 gate Observer into third Nexus. It's like as greedy as you can really get. And he's up 10 workers. It's like he doesn't actually need that greed. Like already, just with what the openers were, he's already so far ahead in workers that... I don't know. I sometimes I see the decision-making of pros and it's like, oh man. If you see it making those Marines, you already know you're ahead. If you know how to hold the Marine push that's coming. You know, he made Flash kind of cancel that out. And, you know, now Bisu getting even further ahead in probes. He's producing so many probes, it's insane. He's up 14. Flash, on the other hand, not making a single SCV. Like, he's going completely all in. And it does look like it's going to be a 3-tank variation, which actually in this case looks like it's going to work perfectly. With Mass Vulture coming out, ooh. So he has 7 goons right now. So even 1 goon off of what he... Okay, that's 8, right? Okay, so 8 goons. 8 goons is what you want here. 8 goons is going to be able to one-shot a tank, or you can split them into a couple groups, that type of thing. One-shot a Vulture. You see... Okay, so here we go. He's going to try to micro back here. The Zealot trying to walk forward. Probe's just pulling out. You know, he's got 14 extra probes. May as well use them to fight. But taking a lot of damage on this, laying a ton of mines down. And he actually just surrounds the tanks with the probes. Dude. Whoa, he surrounds the tanks with his extra probes. Still up 10 workers here, by the way. If this doesn't work for Flash, Flash loses. Okay, I think Flash is, like, literally just dead already. This game's over. There is not a way on Earth to come back from here. Flash wouldn't have won. Okay, let's go do another one. All right, so... Here we go again between Flash and Bisu. This is their 4th game out of the 7. Right now, Bisu up 3-0. And Flash does a forward barracks in his main base. Not really part of a Sim City. And just goes for a very quick gas. So it looks like a factory expansion. This is kind of a weird location. I'm not really sure why he's made it there. Maybe he wants to float it for something? I'm really not sure. Like, this... It could just be that he wants to float it down to check on like a third base or something like that. I really don't know what that placement's all about. Maybe he thought he was like in a different spot or something and wanted it near the ramp, or I don't know. Anyways, he is sending his scout down here, and Bisu has gone Nexus first. But it is close spawn, and it is a factory opener for Flash. So this is something that definitely in theory can bust Bisu. Will Bisu throw down the 2nd gate? Now, if he goes gas, it's very bustable for Flash. If he goes gate, Flash probably wants to expand. So there's the gas. Now it's a little bit more middle of the road. It's like, oh gosh, is he going to try to go up to Cybernex Core really quickly? Well, at that point, you have to push. 2nd depot goes up. Factory on the way. 1 Marine just kind of out front. Bisu getting unlucky with his scout. Going to go there very, very late. And there's the forge. Okay, so as the forge starts, look at this. He starts the forge right after 3rd depot gets started. So, if they start the 3rd depot, it's pretty committed to the rush. If you don't rush from here, your command center is so late. I feel like the forge player is always ahead here. Now, that being said, you can try like an actual entrenched siege tank push against this. That is a doable 1 base all in. I think my favorite is like, you can either go pure Marine with siege tanks, or you can add a 2nd factory for 1 factory Vulture, 1 factory siege tank, and 1 barracks Marines. But yeah, it could go either way there. Flash definitely looks to be going all in, though. Tank on the way. Easily pushes back that Zealot. Now, Bisu doesn't know. He ran up here and saw 4 Marines. Now, 4 Marines is a lot if you're making a command center. And so he may just want to blindly go into 4 gates here. There's +2. He might do one of these weird middle-of-the-road, like 3 gate. I have seen a lot of people after Forge Expand going 3 gate against expected 1 base all in. But if your opponent is doing like an entrenched push and you go Robo here, you die. Whereas if you go, I think the 4 gate is really good, but he's gone, okay, so he's going 3 gate plus the range. Like, I actually like it when they skip range as well and they just spam units out of 4 gates, because if you just hold it, that's it. So coming down now, one thing to mention is that buildable terrain ends here. Okay, so he can't really make a bunker until he kills the cannon. And in fact, the second cannon will slow him down too. So this is going to be kind of tough, right? There's a Zealot here, there's a Zealot here. Oh, he already takes a hit on one of the Marines as well. And now 3 Dragoons popping out at a time. So I'm not sure if this is going to work for Flash. You've got to pull back as Bisu. He already has his second cannon coming in. Yeah, 4 SCVs for repair / blocking. And do we have actually any tech coming up? Doesn't look like it right now. Okay, so starts to come up. Gets some hits there. Now, the Zealot is actually behind the probe, so that's a little bit tough, a little bit shaky. He is trying to get this this bunker down, but a lot of damage being dealt to the Marines. I don't know if he's going to have anything to even put in there. Oh, my God. Now, quite a few probes have died. We're actually at pretty equal worker counts, but obviously with the second Nexus, he does not care. He just wants to kill these units off. Basically, if you hold this, it's almost always going to go to Protoss at that point. Now, he is waiting for a few more units to come out. Backing up. Dragoon range is almost done. Flash trying to pull this game together somehow. Shoots 4 volleys at a 10 health Marine. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty bad right now, but Flash has more SCVs coming. If he could have saved one more tank here, I could have seen this maybe working with the amount of SCVs he's bringing down, like mass repairs and stuff. But, you know, he's going to pop out 3 more goons, and you're going to have 4 in that 2 shots a tank. Just becomes really tough really quickly. Look at this. Gets right on top of that siege tank as well. Kind of out repairing right now. Marine plus SCVs take it down. This is kind of an insane rush right now. The fact that he's trying to kill him with SCV tank, just with like good repair, like complete surround repair. Dude, is he actually going to do this? Is he going to pull this one off? I'm kind of blown away right now. A full surround, but okay, he kills that tank. So we have like literally 1 tank left. 20 probes against 24 SCVs, but a lot of SCVs are here. And he keeps killing these tanks that come up. Like, if you're keeping your opponent down on 1 tank is never going to win no matter how many SCVs you have repairing it. It's 1 Dragoon trying to catch anything. Obviously, the siege tank going to roll through and kill it. What he wants is it to fight Marines, not tanks. Yeah, it might just be time to let the Dragoons die killing SCVs. So what he wants to do is block the goons, but not have the SCVs touching the goons as the siege tank fire comes out. Okay, this has been a wild game. Like, honestly, I was going to give it to Bisu pretty quickly there. The mass SCVs coming down to absolutely block everything is kind of catching me off guard here. I do feel like it might have been right to, like, make 1 Zealot or something like that. And now he doesn't have a Nexus. Okay. Do we go Robo? He is finally making some Zealots. He does have the range upgrade. Okay, coming down the ramp with those Zealots. And there's 4 Marines in this bunker. I think this is it. I think Flash is just going to take this one. So he is going to end up killing 2 of them, but GG's. Okay, I got to say, like, Flash won, and it was not a pretty game. I don't think either player's happy with this one. And I think you as a viewer might not be happy with it either. But guess what? That's all you get today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.